Walking around this 1,670-acre headquarters in Wisconsin, I found myself asking the same question. Why are there air tags on fake sheep?
Why are you here?
Why is there a giant chess set?
Why?
Why is there a slide in the middle of the hallway?
Why?
Why?
Really, the question is why not?
Wow, all right. This is the headquarters of Epic, with 5 different campuses, some that take cues from stories like Harry Potter and the Wizard of Oz. Close to 13,000 employees come 5 days a week, where they can browse this 3-story library, collaborate in a treehouse,
It's actually a conference space.
and get a sandwich at a New York deli, all to make software. So why did this electronic medical record company build its version of Disneyland in Wisconsin?
This is like the most disorienting thing.
Here we go. Before 2006, all of this was farmland. But Epic's founder and CEO, Judy Faulkner, had a vision.
Daylight, she loves wood, fireplaces everywhere. She wanted to be homey. She wanted to be comfortable.
This is architect John Cunningham. Before he worked on Epic's headquarters, he helped design Disney's California Adventure theme park.
Tell me about the origin story of this headquarters.
The word was surprises.
Surprises.
The company started with what's called the Prairie Campus. But as Epic grew,
It kept getting more and more fantastic.
today there are 5 campuses total. Prairie, Central Park, Farm, Wizards, and Storybook.
As I walk around, it's like, I've never seen these buildings before, but they're familiar to me. This does look like a chocolate factory. That does look like Oz.
We wanted you to get the story, so we hammer at it. The more you go in Oz, the more you see the Wizard of Oz. The more you're in the chocolate factory, the more you see chocolate fountains.
I see what they were going for.
Staff don't rely just on signs for navigation. Instead, a castle turret, a subway car,
We're not actually going anywhere.
a treehouse. These serve as wayfinding landmarks, providing visual cues that make it easier to navigate on the go.
If you and I worked in different buildings, I'd say, oh, hey, good to see you. Where do you work? You say, I work in Oz. And you say, where do you work? I work in chocolate factory. You couldn't miss going there.
Well, you could have put building numbers on them and said, I work in building 3, I work in building 25. Why decorate it like Oz or the chocolate factory?
That would be very non-epic. Nobody's a number. Nobody is just a cog in a wheel.
Speaking of wheels, employees often get around on bikes, spotted like Wisconsin cows. Walking from one end of the campus to another can take 45 minutes, so I had to ride one too.
Okay, I'm here in the middle of the Prairie campus, ready to test my wayfinding skills. I have to get to the Alice building. Let's go. Gingerbread house? Definitely on the Storybook campus.
There it is. Cheshire Cat. I found it. This is the Alice building. I made it to the Alice in Wonderland building in one piece. But we are in the Midwest, and not every day is as sunny as today. What about when it's cold out?
You can go to every building without ever going outside. So you connect to tunnels, bridges.
And inside, decorations transition. Leave the grim theme building, and the fairy tale feel starts to shift. Suddenly, it's a little more Alice in Wonderland. But still, there are just some details on Epic's campus that seem to be there just for fun.
It's the unexpected that makes it fun.
While all 28 office buildings look wildly different from the outside, their structure is very similar.
They all are about 3 stories high, and that's because if people have to walk more than 3 flights up, they tend to not bother at all.
Each building is meant to house only 300 to 400 people maximum.
If you had more people than that, people tended to keep to themselves more and were less comfortable getting to know people in the break rooms and in the hallways.
Their interior makeup is also nearly identical. Every building has 2 parallel hallways, windowless offices in the middle and offices with windows on the outside. In between, you'll usually find break rooms, copy rooms, and conference rooms. You can see this more clearly on this model of Epic's campus.
The theme is literally skin deep. In other words, inside every building looks exactly like this. They always have this cross in them. They always have this tweak to them, and they're always 3 stories high. So it's same body, different suits.
Once you know the layout of one building, you know the layout of the rest. They all have a single central staircase that anchors the space. Here's the library-looking one on the Wizards campus, and here's the one in Alice on Storybook.
If you remember in Alice in Wonderland, there's a part where everything is
Turned upside down.
And then every single one of our central staircases has a map of the whole campus.
So the staircase tells you where you are because it looks like the building.
Yes, they are the central wayfinding piece in each building.
But sometimes you don't want to take the stairs.
What is this?
Adam, this is such a good example of the surprises that are around every corner. This is one of our slides. It's a lot of fun, and if you are running late and you're in a hurry, the slide is the fastest way.
Slide faster than stairs, you think?
Without a doubt.
I'm gonna test that. Here we go. Oh my gosh. 6 seconds.
While indoor slides, life-size chessboards, and elaborate facades might seem like the costly part of the buildings, Epic says the real expense is actually the most mundane.
The cost of the individual offices is the number one
More
cost.
expensive than making a building look like Oz.
Way more. The theming of the building is tiny compared to the cost of building individual offices. But the productivity gained from that pays for itself many times over.
Currently, about 30% of employees share offices, thanks in part to Epic's growth. But the plan is to give a private office to anyone who wants one, especially as campus number 6 is expected to start opening next year.
Have you ever been tempted to build a more open office type setting?
No.
Will you ever build a more open office type setting?
No. It's core to our culture.
And since Epic doesn't organize by job title or department, employee offices are clustered together based on applications like MyChart, an online patient portal, or Willow, a pharmacy app.
If you're in technical support and you're working on a problem, just 3 doors down is the developer that actually designed and built that feature. So it's much easier to get the answers you need quickly.
But this whole system, the private offices, the layouts, the cow bikes, is only helpful when people actually use the office.
Working here 5 days a week is a requirement. Why is that?
If you have people that are half the time somewhere else and they never line up, the effectiveness of the whole campus is diminished. Our work policy is you come to your office and you do your work.
5 days a week.
It just kind of works as a whole ecosystem that way.
All these yellow brick roads, train car conference rooms, and air-tagged sheep just to build medical software that many only see when they check test results. No wizards involved. Epic's thinking is straightforward. If people are going to work here, the space should make them want to stay.
The campus is the biggest recruitment tool, so we're recruiting folks from California, from New York, from Texas, to Wisconsin, and it's important when they come here they see, wow, this is a fun place.
As the company looks to expand, the headquarters are only going to get bigger. Epic already has 3 buildings under construction for its 6th campus.
We think sci-fi, other planets.
And at that point, they'll have enough offices. If everybody wants their own space, they can have their own space.
We think so, but every time we've said that, we've needed more space.
So you might not actually be done
We
building.
may not, I don't know. We may be building more in our future. We're gonna take a cow cart, Adam. Let's go.